All right, so it's May 24th, 2021. It's super rainy out today. You can see. I don't know if you can see, but yeah. So, anyways, good things happening today. Really good, like progress from where I was like 2 weeks ago. Um, Not only is the like space tech, I finished up with the space tech company interviewing this morning, and now it sounds like they're gonna make me potentially an offer, which is cool. Um, and then tomorrow I have the marketing, the huge marketing interview with their North American CFO and a VP of finance, and I think a director of finance as well. And it's just different time slots to like get to know them better and get to ask, like how the business works and that kind of stuff. So that's pretty cool that they're like making time like that so they can like understand it and see how like things fit together. Um, and that's pretty nice of them. And then on top of that, so like uh, the telehealth company, um, like the that I reached out to with Arnon, one of the recruiters said that Arnon referred back to me and they want to set up a call, and the call got set up for tomorrow, but it's at the same time as the huge marketing one. So any like they were like just like 20 minutes apart after I confirmed I confirmed the first time. So uh so yeah, I have to now fix it. I told him I'm sorry, but I just confirmed that same block like 30 minutes ago. So I asked if he had any later availability. Hopefully he does. So but that's really good. And then my old friend, who I used to work with, called me today saying that he just got a director job as well, and that he was that they need an FP&A guy to come in and help them. So that might be happening too, which is pretty cool. Um, Very sick. Uh, it's interesting to look back, like even like 2 weeks ago, where I felt like just so anxious and ridden like with all the stress and stuff and anxiety. um and I was like I remember I was desperate, like so desperate that I reached out to Arnon. um and I mean, thank God for Arnon. I mean, he's so nice that he's already done. I When I reached out to Arnon, I really only asked him like how, like I'm so impressed with like his career and stuff, how he's been able to like transcend different industries, and like if he had any advice for how to like specifically set yourself up to do that kind of stuff. And um and then of course, I think I even talked about it in one of my earlier video diaries that, oh, hold on, create I specifically wanted to make my video diaries so that I never had it to like edit them together, video patch them together. But this is still the May 24th, 2021 video diary. um and yeah, I guess I'm gonna have to quickly like patch them together in iMovie in a second. Wow, it is really pouring. Earlier this weekend, I went over to my friend's house up in Annapolis, and we saw the 21 Pilots like live stream concert. So that was super cool. And masks are like finally starting to like not be required now that CDC like took that away. Um, and it's a weird thought pattern to like go through, specifically because it's almost like the glass has been shattered in a way, um, where there was the innocence phase before pre-COVID. You didn't have to wear a mask, right? And you didn't think about it. You didn't think about like when people cough or like if they're sick or something, that they might have like a serious disease or like something with them. And now, like, we went through the whole COVID situation where, you have to wear a mask and it's so important. And just like this whole shattering of like your world of like how like fast not only like germs travel and viruses travel and that kind of stuff, but that like new viruses can travel with like extreme severity, and like they're still ravaging like huge parts of the world. Like, we're so lucky that we live in the United States because um there's just so much access to whatever we need for most of us. um Not for, I mean, the vaccines are free, which is great. A lot of other countries, they don't have those supplies and stuff. So so now it's like post, and the masks aren't required anymore, and it's like this weird thing. It's like I don't. It's almost like it's like become a safety blanket in a way. You don't want to like shut it for just like what happens if I end up being an accidental carrier and I come across someone who's immunocompromised, and that would just suck. Like, I wouldn't want to be guilty for that. Or, I don't want to get sick anymore. Like, maybe I just want to wear a mask in public now. Um, and I just don't think that was a part of American culture, American society, and we didn't evaluate that until now. Or maybe I'm just the only one evaluating it. I don't know. But anyways, back to like, so it was kind of funny because my dad texted me today. He's like, before you know it, you're gonna have 3 or 4 job offers sitting right there on your plate, and literally 4 pretty solid jobs have just like all of a sudden appeared as of like today. So, um, yeah, pretty cool, I guess, because didn't have that before. Um, my dad said it was to my hard work, and I should congratulate myself for being so persistent, because there were a lot of moments there where it really sucked. I had a lot of anxiety. I still have a lot of anxiety. I don't even know. It's been 2 weeks, like, but I just, every time I'm faced with a brick wall, I just like I tunnel harder. Whatever I have to do to figure it out, even on my worst days, just a little bit of progress. And when I get slammed with a failure, I try to hit back like 100 times harder. Like the day where ACR dropped out of interviewing me, um, and I had no more job opportunities left at that point. Um, that was the day I applied to 50 different jobs, 50 plus jobs. And then on top of that, I started reworking my resume so that it looked like a lot nicer and gave a better explanation of like what I've done and who I am, instead of just like the simplistic thing. And I rewrote a lot of like the paragraphs to update it to even better standards for the jobs that now I knew what I needed to be looking for specifically. So that helped a lot. It definitely helped a lot, and I paid for a resume template that was like nice. I mean, not like super flashy, like one of those ones that has like your photo on it and that kind of stuff, but just a better layout. I went simple, and it just had a better commanding effect to it. So all those good things now it's like crushing because, well, now I have mixed feelings because it's like, how do you juggle all those things, all these different opportunities, and pick the right one? Um, I'm not saying it's anywhere near not having any opportunities, because it's not. It's not anything like that. Um, it's, but at the same time, you feel that like weight of, I want to make sure I'm pushing my life in the right direction. I'm doing the right challenge. I'm doing the right kind of like learning and like the right kind of push. And um, I never make it easy for myself in terms of like, man, like this job makes sense, or this job makes like perfect, crystal clear sense. In fact, a lot of times, like in my life, there's all these great opportunities that present themselves, and there's only been a few times where I've had this like clairvoyant like this is exactly the route that I need to go. Like going to Gonzaga, that was a clairvoyant moment where I was like, I need to go there. And but like working for NASA, that was an accident. I didn't mean to. In fact, I was just volunteering and helping. And then I ended up in like I was volunteering helping coach a basketball team, and then all of a sudden, I know a guy who knew how to get me in, and he got me in, and he got me to work on the mission to Mars. And then there's like also too, um, like S2. I knew a guy, and I interviewed with the CEO, but I wasn't sure. I was scared. I was really, really scared that whether that would be the right choice for me or not. I mean, like I had felt like I had it at Booz. I remember. I really do remember. Like the CRs were killing me. The 2017 CRs were killing me. The fact that I would like you could be shut down at any point in time, and that my contracts were less than like sometimes less than a month at a time being renewed in terms of funding. Um, that is rough. That is really rough, and something really hard to do. Just that level of uncertainty without like stressing yourself out constantly. And there were times where like I was sent home just because we didn't have the funding at the time, and you don't get paid for that day. Um, but still, it was that jump from what I know to what I don't know, and into a much larger pool of something that I don't know. And in a way, I mean, looking back on it, like all those paths and pieces, like now they all seem to connect together, and it's like so, like what was beautiful about building back my resume was like all that flood of like just remembering the whole pathways of like where I've been and where I've gone, and like how beautiful it is, how much like work I've put into myself to like build myself up into like what I am today. Because I've done a lot, and I've done a lot of damn good things. And what I've done isn't easy. And I think a lot of people like look at it like, oh, he just accidentally ended up in those positions, and like there might have been like accidental success. Like, fuck no. I studied my ass off. I worked hard. I wasn't afraid to make mistakes, and I really wasn't. Um, any challenge I had, I worked very hard to find a way to like understand the knowledge at hand and make the best decision possible. Um, Now this is the um. No, my dad texted me. Um, Now I'm presented with 4 decisions, and I feel like Teladoc in a way might be the one that's the most. And after that, it's probably the huge marketing firm. Um, I should turn on Do Not Disturb. And then after that, I guess it would be either Satellis or working with Ryan. So, I don't know. I have to think about it. For sure. So, anyways, that's it for me for my video journal today. So, talk to you tomorrow. Because my brother just walked downstairs again. Bye.